Yo, hey guys, what's up today? What's up, guys? Lose 6 max HP, we said, is nearly irrelevant. No? We said it's minus 50 gold or something. And choosing a rare card. When we remove the question mark in the title for the 50 runs. Yeah, okay, the second time the question appears. I see. Okay, I do it. Apparently we are going to do the 50. I was not exactly sure in the first 5. Why? Because I mean, actually, I apparently was very sure, because we even started 0-3 and I still continued. So, I mean, obviously I continued, but I was actually not so sure about my general. I don't even know. No, I think I was pretty committed, but I really didn't want to commit myself directly afterwards. You know, like if I say I will do stuff, I usually tend to do that stuff, and yeah. But yeah, okay. Probably even if I put a question mark, it's still the same. So, what is? Yeah, let's. Carry us. Is there maybe a list or a spreadsheet of all the challenges with respective scores? No, there is none. But I think in the cute. I look cute. Okay. I don't know whether that's a compliment if a 39-year-old man looks cute, but you say in Japan, you know, cute, like kawaii, is like a big compliment, but rather like, let's say for women, everybody tries to be kawaii. Kawaii is really the thing to go for. Yeah, so if you ever wondered why 30-year-old Japanese women are putting clothes that lets them look like 18, that's because they want to be kawaii. Yeah. Okay. So, what is here? And kawaii has also like a distinctive direction in Japan, right? So it's like cute, like hee, like you know, this. It's different. It's different than in the Western world. Big eyes. What else? The, I don't even know. Actually, also a lot of younger women attributes. So, but yeah. So, okay. Harvey Carey says, "Guess I will have to look for the past stream titles." No. Like, it's not it's not rocket science. We played on the Watcher 94%. Yeah. We played on the Ironclad 64. We played on the Silent 56, but it was not even 50 games. So, but yeah, so that's, and on the Robot we also played 56. Yeah, and currently we are on the Silent Challenge, and that's all about it. That's what we played. Yeah, and it's also good because if you want to have our score in the rotating, you can just add the percentages of every character and divide them by 4. Now you might say, okay, maybe that's variance. And there might be a little bit of variance in a 50 game sample size. If you add the 50 games of each character and divide them by 4, you actually have a 200 game performance. So if you add our 4 characters, yeah, and divide them by 4, you have pretty much our real rotating win percentage. And very little variance because it's 200 games. Yeah, and 200 games, if you're talking 200 games, it goes in a direction where there is no wiggle room for variance. It's not like, hey, we play another 200 games and their score will be too much different, right? And that's also why I find it so cool what Jobs is doing at the moment. Like he's doing like a 100 whatever, 50, 180 game sample size on his win score and on his win rate. And after his challenge, yeah, after his performance, that will be the win rate he has, you know. And I'm also looking forward for that because he was always like advertising his 60% everywhere. And I mean, I'm not even saying that 60 is so great. I mean, Baylor is much better than 60, right? But I mean, if he does not even reach the 60, I mean, but yeah. So that's really cool that he does that. Yeah, I mean, that's really cool because at least, you know, like just for me, it's like, I find it a cool thing, right? That he says, okay, like there's all this talk somewhere that I'm not like the master of disaster anymore, and now I do this performance and try to prove. Yeah. So, okay. Architects are 60 rotating. Yeah, from my understanding, like he advertised it like I think in different ways 3 times already, that he has like 60 rotating, and yeah, I mean, I'm just curious. Like we will see it probably at the end of the month. Flash Rodelic says I watch him all day at work actually. Okay, that's cool, that's nice to hear. So then we will always have Flash Rodelic to actualize his progress. Okay. Mongoose says shops is, oh, at the moment 50%. Oh yeah. But he's playing a lot of really fast lazy games. Well, I guess Baylor Lord is also playing a lot of fast, lazy games, so I don't exactly know whether there is Spire drama about win rates. No drama. I actually find it exactly the counter thing. I think that's like exactly the counter thing of the drama. Yeah, because before it's like the drama of kind of, you know, I think it's actually descaling the drama because there's nothing to argue about win rates. So I find it a really good thing, right? If you say, hey, there's too much drama, please let's take out the drama. Let's, you know, okay. So, this silent activation. Let's do that. Let's do that. exactly what Neuranda says. I think it's pretty cool having multiple people like displaying the win rates, pushing for higher win rates. I think that's really cool. Yeah. So yeah. And also, like somebody says about like, okay, here Artifact Addict says, what about the jobs talk or whatever? I do not mind jobs. Like, again, like I think that might be what people misunderstand. I do not, like, I don't know him, I do not mind him. I mind if people from, like, watching him and they have no clue come to me and try to advise me to play like him. Yeah, because they think it's like clever advice. And I'm happy that it did not happen for the last few weeks. And I think if he does a challenge like this and there is a comparable of win rate, it won't happen again. And that makes me happy. Because for me, it's not jobs who bothers me. It's people from his stream coming to me and telling me how I should play. That is what bothers me. Yeah. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, basically this. Yeah, nothing more, nothing less. I don't see what you. Well, I mean, yeah, it's pretty clear the message, no? Okay. Yeah, basically what Henrio says, Jobs fans can be quite tiresome. Exactly this. Apparently he's like tired of his own fans already. So, and I'm not surprised, yeah, because I got a taste of that. Okay. So, yeah. Should I relay the message to Jobs? I don't know why that would be necessary. Yeah. It's I think it was, yeah, there's nothing to be misunderstood. Okay, so good. Hexaghost, poison. 4 elites, maybe or not. Yeah. Obtain a random rare card. I feel choosing is better than a random rare card if you pay 50 gold for that. I'm very willing to pay 50 gold in order to be able to choose my rare card. Yeah. Rasmus says, I think most of the job shares are just lashing out on other streamers because these mods are really strict about backseating. So what you're saying is they come to us and try to teach us instead. Yeah. Could be. But honestly, I think we don't need to deepen that topic because it did not really happen. We had this talk, the clarification 2 weeks ago, and since that point, I think we are also very safe from those things. So I'm actually very happy how things are at the moment. Okay. Yeah, I also prefer choosing here. Then there's also the snipe. I actually wanted to check the snipe, no? But you probably already checked it, I guess. So there is on the right side there is no snipe. In the middle is no snipe. Here is no snipe. Here's no snipe. Here's no snipe. Okay, no snipe possible. Melancholy always goes for a random boss relic and always ends up disappointed. Then maybe you shouldn't go for the swap always then. But yeah. Yeah, so choose is better than random, I guess. Hey, Fetzo John, thanks very much for the sub. Appreciate it. Also if you can choose, like, what kind of rare cards would you like to see? What rare cards are good, what rare cards are not? And is it worth to choose? Glass Knife is good if you find a fire before the first elite. Not so good. Now Hexa Ghost is not like super duper. Adrenaline is always nice. Alchemize is realistic. Die is alright, but against the Hexa Ghost not good. Race form is definitely super duper. Unload is very sad, I feel. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, unload is not what I want to see. Die is good, yeah, it's good for hallways and the elites, partly. Also the upgrade is nice. Glass Knife is definitely the best. Nah, I don't know. No. Explosion is meh against Hexaghost. Cause Explosion is quite good, right? Cause Explosion is good against elites. I don't know, it's okay. I mean, against Hexaghost is also poison. I wouldn't mind it too much. But yeah. But the choice for 50 gold is probably reasonable. I don't want to rest anyways, right? So... no, I think it's okay. And I'm very happy that we take the choose option. Why? Because, hey, yeah, I mean, it's obvious why it's better to take the choose option. I'm not a fan of Unload. I don't know why you're a fan of Unload. Are you a fan of Unload? I hope not. Okay. Bullet Time. Oh, really? Bullet Time is sad. Bullet Time is really sad. Could build around it. Oh yeah, can we? How? I think Bullet Time is only reasonable with a Snecko Eye. And there is no Snecko Eye. At least not what I'm concerned. I don't see a Snecko Eye. And I don't see a Snecko Eye before the end of Act 1 anyways. I think Bullet Time is a big mistake here. Unload upgrade becomes +4. It's not even that exciting. It's only +4. I personally am not a fan of Unload, but I see Storm of Steel. I don't know why Storm of Steel is so sad. I mean, Storm of Steel, Ring of Snake. Why don't you like it? I mean, okay, here. Please compare Bullet Time with Storm of Steel, okay? Bullet Time says play your entire hand, okay? So Bullet Time, play your entire hand. Okay, Bullet Time, play your entire hand. Storm of Steel reads the same. Storm of Steel, play your entire hand. No? Storm of Steel, play your entire hand. Everything from your hand deals 4 damage. Now, 4 damage is not quite 6 damage. But let's make one interesting thought experiment. Let's upgrade those. So if you upgrade this, it goes to 2 energy. If you upgrade this, it goes to upgrade Shift Plus, okay? So now it becomes really interesting. Because now Bullet Time reads play your entire hand. And Storm of Steel reads play your entire hand. Every card will be 6 damage. Now if Bullet Time unloads strikes, it's exactly that. If Bullet Time unloads this, it's basically equivalent of that, right? So we can say this is 1 energy cheaper, but for that, the strong cards are also only dealing 6 damage, right? So this is effectively a Bullet Time. And now the question is, okay, is it better? Like, what additional effects do we have in the Storm of Steel? Discard your hand. If you receive a concentrate, we can pick it. If you pick it, we play Storm of Steel, we draw the 2 cards, which is not possible with the Bullet Time. Discard synergy in general. Yeah. If a curse, can also discard this. If a wound or status effect, can also discard this. And what about the shifts? Can we pick accuracy? Hell yeah. Of course you can pick accuracy if you have Storm of Steel on our deck, sure. Yeah. But as your deck becomes better, Storm gets worse and Bullet gets better. Now this is what I'm not so sure about. It's also that with Storm of Steel it's 1 energy cheaper, we can draw first more and stuff like this. I like it more. Yeah. We also have Tincture and Bandages and Byra. Yeah. I somehow also have the feeling it's much better against Hexaghost. Burns. Yeah, Xerux says unload for burns. Yeah, but you know what? I just play Storm of Steel for the burns. Right? So now we pick also card draw. And then card draw into Storm of Steel for the burns. Right? Storm of Steel also for the dazes. Can Storm of Steel dazes from the cubes. There are like many applications. No? Okay, I like late elites. This is late elite as much as this is late elite. But this comes combined with a late fire, late question mark. This comes combined with late question mark and late shop. Maybe a fire here. But there's another late elite here. And this late elite is late elite because after chest. So that also makes a lot of sense. Now, burning elite makes 0 sense because this is like dangerous and threatening and doesn't have an extra payout. So if you want to do this, we have this, which comes after fire, which is fine. This elite is not fine on the other hand. Now what we can do is, we can start here. We can go to the question mark. And if this is not gold, we can question mark, monster. Gives us 3 monsters, 2 question marks before first elite fight. Then we have a fire. Then we have elite, late elite. Another fire to replenish or to upgrade. Late elite. I love it, right? If this is gold, whatever, we can take 3 monsters, question mark, gold, elite. I don't know. But there's literally no reason not to do this here, right? I don't think so. I mean, left is always bad, kind of, no? Where's the Storm of Steel? Yeah, not in our hand, guys. It's not in our hand. Is this Ascension? You mean whether that's Ascension? Yeah, that's... Yeah, playing Ascension here. Defend, strike. Instead of Storm of Steel. Storm of Steel here does not make much sense, no? I could have converted Storm of Steel for 8 damage instead of 6, but also not getting rid of the curse. And if we would have not gotten rid of the curse, we might have drawn it, right? That would have sucked. I don't know. I mean, Triple Strike solves. Holy cow. I mean, we should be fine the moment where he buffs again, right? The moment where he buffs again, we are just fine, so I just block in here. I mean, if he deals 17 again, we have Neutralize and Survivor in the kit. I'm definitely not willing to take another 2 here. Like, taking another 2 here seems very stupid. Hey guys, man, was ist das? Was ist hier los? Was ist hier los? Hey, man, hey, I'm Gamma, this is so sad, man. Hey, was? Lethal? Nee, I don't think so. I mean, it's like the draw was so bad. This was the worst garbage draw, man. I mean, we cannot anticipate that. Perfect. Good. Yeah. Maybe No, that was I cannot fathom this. I mean I cannot fathom what just happened, honestly. It's a we draw the defend, like we draw the block when we can actually we don't use it, and the other way around. Storm of Steel converts. Man, hey. Oh. I mean, there were like a lot of marginal things, but it's also we had one decision where we block and then we can unload for 8 damage instead of 6 damage. But if we do the Storm of Steel for 2 more damage, we could actually draw a curse, and that's probably worse than 2. Yeah, that's worse than 2. That is worse than 2. Worse than 2. Worse than 2. Yeah, I mean, we can deal 2 more damage, or we can have the curse in the draw. And the curse in the draw, I cannot imagine that the curse in the draw is not worth -2 in this situation. So I guess it was correct not to play the Storm of Steel. I think it was correct to block, strike. The next question would be, okay, was it strike or was it block? But if you take block and 1 strike, we actually converted 1 strike into +1 damage. It should usually be fine, yeah. Then no need to take the 2 there. And then the turn before, they actually decided to take the 2. Like not the 2. There was a chance that he buffs. And if he buffs, we had like guaranteed lethal. But I mean, unfathomable. I mean, if we draw Storm of Steel there, it's lethal. If we draw the strikes there, it's lethal. Or we block it now. Like, what did we draw? I mean, we drew the worst hand in that turn. Now in this turn, we draw very bad again. In coordination with him attacking for 22 instead of 17. And yeah, we have 20 damage here. We have 2 of lethal, yeah. Oh, hey. I mean, this is my last one. I have been walking with this. What the heck, man? What is that? It's so sad. So sad. Naja, you're saying blocking for 2 was too greedy, but I mean, I don't see that. Like, we had Neutralize and Survivor in the pile. So where is it too greedy, right? I mean, okay, I was actually taking accounts for the following things. So this guy attacks for 17 again. He attacks for 17 again. Okay. We draw Survivor. It's also either we draw Neutralize and we bring the 17 -5 is like to 12, or like to 12. And then... Also we dealt 9 damage in the off turn. And 9 damage is -4. So -4 is the same. Also -4 is the same as -4 is the same. I mean, we deal 9 damage and he takes 4. Hey, das ist so sick, man. Was ist das denn? Also, he blocks for 5. And we deal 4 damage. And he gets a 9 block up. So let's say he would have 20 life, for example. And now he has a 5 shield. He has 25 life. But if he loses 4 and then he gets 9 shield up, he goes to 25 again. It's the same basically. And we... Like my thinking was, if he faced the 12, we block in with any survivor defense. We had defense there. I mean, you saw them. I mean, the one hand we only drew like all our blocks. So either we draw survivor and block, then we can just play survivor block. Yeah. And what I'm saying is, are we not simply ahead? I mean, the jawworm, like we should whittle down the jawworm, right? Because if 17, we have 3 mana, okay. I mean, if, if he buffs again, I mean there's one sitting out, he has one sitting out, the sitting out is the buff. I mean, if he buffs, that we are not able to kill him in 2. Yeah, I don't know, nearly impossible. If he buffs, it's the fight should be over. Yeah. If he buffs, the fight should be over, unless the draw is the worst garbage. And even if he buffs, and the fight is not over, even in this case, I mean, we now drew 5 block, but that is like impossible. I mean, either we draw, either it takes us for 22 and we -6, -5, 11, so we take 11, or 22, we block for 13, it's like 9, or where it takes for 17. Also even in the 10% we take an average 10 or something, not 17. So like 1 on average, once he buffs. But if he doesn't buff, again, like we are not behind, right? I mean, he can create either 17 stats with 12 attack and shield, or he can create 17 stacks with 17 attack. So if he attacks for 17, what is our standard response? Yeah, I mean, we have 3 defend. Like we have defend and survivor. So defend, defend, survivor is 18, or defend, defend 10. So in average, either triple defend 15 or defend, defend, survivor 18. And neutralize comes down for like an extra wild card basically. There's also the shifting, which comes down for extra 8 damage. Like we can, for example, on the 12 we can block survivor, and then sometimes we can shift for plus like damage. But the neutralize is basically our wild card. Whenever we draw neutralize, we actually deal extra damage and extra weak. Oh. Cool, I don't know. Like, how bad can it be? I mean, the jawworm got the best again. Like, was denn? I don't, like, this is so painful. He attacks for 12. Like, what is the standard response? Yeah, block for defend and block with survivor. That's a standard defense. Even in like, even defend and weakness blocks in Yeah, I can't ask also. Yeah, exactly. 12. Even weakness and survivor is doing it. Yeah, weakness and survivor is also doing it. If he attacks for 17, maybe if he attacks for 17, sometimes we also take a little bit of damage. I don't know. I guess Masterful Step is great. It's front load if you draw it in first. And once it becomes too expensive, you can play it with Storm of Steel. Yeah. So, all in all, not too bad. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, man. This is so bad with Storm of Steel. Oh man, oh my brain is completely. I'm in this show. Oh my god. 2 or 6. Hey, man, 2 or 6. I don't get it. Oh, man. I have to rewatch it, guys. I don't know. Like this is. Yeah, it's. I don't know. It's like so. I should really make some rule for me that at the beginning of the run I do a little bit. This is wrecking me like a little bit. Just from my perspective, I mean, I hate it if runs start like this. I should really have taken a little bit more thought into this play, probably. Rushing things too fast or whatever. A little bit stupid. I did not even think too much, right? Yeah, I just threw it out. Like, that. Yeah, you cannot see it, sorry about that, but I really... I cannot, I need to clear a little bit my mind here. So, I mean, I only saw that Neutralize and Survivor are still in the deck. And that led me to play this play, but... I could deal 6 damage or I could actually take the 2. I just did not want to take another 2. I just did not want to take another 2. I don't know. Yeah. The 2 instead of 6. I cannot really see it. No. Like I thought we took 1 time 2, and then there's this hand, and let's say 17. And even if we deal 17 and we play defend, neutralize, is still not more damage. But 17, 22 we said we cannot deal 22. So we could have drawn a hand, for example, like what is 17, but usually does not attack for 17. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, 8. We have a high chance to draw 8, we have a high chance to draw neutralize. Oh, and the hand would neutralize also? No. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm just watching the thing with the Jawworm thing. It's it just took an invisible amount of damage against the Jawworm while trying to save 2. And I was just thinking, yeah, I take. Hey, nothing aligns, man. Please give me some. I mean, nothing aligns here. Hey guys, I get myself a new coffee. I cannot. I mean, what is that against the Jawworm? No, the freaking Jawworm, man. Hey, das ist doch nicht. Was ist denn das? Also, I just get myself a normal hand. So, a normal hand would be. As we have a 65% to draw the survivor, we have a 65% on the weakness. So, let's make it like, let's get the like, see my bad draw. Like, normal is like, let's say I don't draw neutralize, which is like bad. But I at least draw survivor for sure, yeah? So, survivor, 1 defend, usually we draw more than 1 defend, but let's say survivor, 1 defend, double strike or something. Like, quite a bad hand, yeah? But that's like the standard. So, if this is the case and he buffs, and play the 12 damage with the strikes, the 12 damage with the strikes, he goes to 13, he buffs to 22. And 22, now we draw steal, strike, and neutralize. So here's a 22, I strike. $22. And we said we can deal the 22 with strike, strike, storm of steel, for example. Yeah. So strike, strike. Did you say that? No, that's only 20. Yeah. What did you say? Yeah. Strike, strike. No. Huh? I cannot like. 12 plus 8. 20. Why very short? Because we needed 22. He had yeah 13 plus 9. Oh, okay. So he had basically 13 plus 9 after we dealt the 9 damage in the 1 turn. So he had 17 plus 5, 22, okay. 22, and let's say we strike, 22 go to 10. And then this plus 9 is 19. And 19 is being solved with strike, strike, and strike, strike, storm of steel is being solved with that. Yeah, we can strike, strike, storm of steel. Or we can actually, if we would have drawn Storm of Steel in the off turn, we can maximize the damage in the off turn super easy. Yeah. So, and Storm of Steel was also a higher likelihood than 50%, it was also 62. So if he buffs and we draw Storm of Steel, we take no damage at all. That's a guarantee. Because we draw Storm of Steel and we can convert all our hand into damage. If we draw a strike, every strike is plus 2 damage. So it's basically Storm of Steel is 16. And if you draw 1 strike, we deal 18. If you draw 2 strikes, we deal 20. And the fight is over, guaranteed. So there is was actually, if he attacks for 12 again, well then we just play basically Survivor and defend. And what did I say? Double strike. Yeah. And then we, for example, Survivor, defend, but Storm of Steel is also 8, or whatever. And if he attacks for 17, we take maybe 4. I don't know. Maybe complete. It just went so wrong. It's like super. Is this thing going to help in future runs? Yeah, I think so, right? It's like no, I'm like I mean maybe it's a freaking Jawworm. It's not the first time it happens. I don't know. Like it's not. There is nothing wrong. There's something wrong. Like okay, there are two options. Yeah. I mean, there was something which like is surprising. Okay. So now you can do two things. You can actually ignore the surprising thing, or you can actually say, okay, it surprises me, so it does not 100% align with my thinking, and then you think it's true until you have it. Yeah. Until you actually like. Otherwise, you're just like a playing ball in the universe, you know. I mean, we are all playing balls in the universe anyways, but what I'm saying is, what do you do the next time? The next time you face it and you're, what do you do, right? I mean, it's just, it's not the first time where the Jovem deals a lot of damage, you know, to us. And I mean, the save is 2. And we just lost 17. Okay, to be fair, the Jovem doesn't always need to attack full. Yeah, usually he attacks like with shield. So, and our draw was really bad. So again, like an average, even if he buffs and we cannot kill him, even then it's usually only around 10 damage. And the chance of this happening was really around 10%. It's really low. Is it 10%? Also we said if he buffs and we really drew what? I think we had 3 strikes, we only draw 1 of them. If we draw 2 strikes, it's fine, but we didn't. If we draw Storm of Steel, it's fine, but we did not. So, is it like 2 is average, I think. Yeah, 2 is average draw. So we have like 40, 35% only to draw 1 strike, and then we also need to whiff on the other thing, like on the things, like on the Storm of Steel. So probably really 10%. I don't know. Like, and in the other cases, it might have been even right. So do we want the Gastro or not? No. Yeah. It's against the shame. Yeah, my problem is that it's also bad for the Storm of Steel. So... But yeah, we can discard the curse. Yes, it's front load damage. Like, not front load, but it's more damage than our cards currently do. It's fine. It's okay. It's very bad for the Storm of Steel again. Okay, so yeah, this is not... we cannot go to the shop. I don't know. Shame. I think Masterful Step is very helpful against cubes, against Lagavulin, against Nob. Dagger's Throw also a little bit. The Shame is of course very bad. We can try something like this. Hey. Ja. Sehr schlecht. Krieg ich noch einen Kaffee? Regen Potion, that's not what we want, by the way. I know it doesn't look that bad, but it's actually quite bad. At least we get a lot of monster fights. Nice fight this time, that's true. We can now drink and have to drink this regen potion in the next fight. Because we get full value out of that and we have 20% to find a potion. It's 20 only though. At least we have 2 potions. Nah, you receive potion. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But we need something more here. Yeah, we need something. Crippling Cloud is nice with the thing, yeah, with the dagger thing, okay? Don't have much weak sources. It's not about the much weak sources. I mean, it is also about the much weak sources. But here's about Storm of Steel. Crippling Cloud supports Storm of Steel. Play Crippling Cloud, play Storm of Steel. Win. And also poison against Lagavulin also, and also weak source, and also front load. We receive like no potions now, that is true. But what can you do? So I definitely drink this, that's a guarantee. Because I really don't want to fight a potion, even if it's however unlikely. Oh, danke dir. Ja, full damage, ne? I mean, the regen potion is maybe a little bit sad, but yeah. Actually, I'm playing like garbage, right? But we could have not killed this thing, right? I don't even know. We could have never taken this thing without taking the 6. Kill it? I cannot kill it. The last turn, I mean, the Grey Slime attacks for 6 every turn. And I could have brought the Green Slime down to... It was never worth it, right? Because if... I could have never done it, right? With the Green Slime. I mean, this, like, if I want to... I mean, we never take the 6, right? So... Do I never take the 6? I mean, no, how am I supposed to take the 6, right? So... I cannot think today, or the plays are so difficult, I don't know. I mean, I could have played the block and we would have taken 1, yeah? And we would have dealt like 6 damage less. So this 15 transferred to this is 1. Maybe 7. Hey guys. Hey, I don't even think about this. It's 9-9. I don't even think... Ich verstehe es nicht. Yeah, I don't know. No, I'm messing the fights up. I knew I should do something, but I did not. Oh. No, that would have been still bad, right? Oh no. Nee, ich verstehe das nicht. Ich meine, ich spiele heute so schlecht. I don't... Ja. Yeah, maybe really some carbohydrates or something, yeah. I messed it up again. Yeah, I played too quickly there. Look, I dealt 15 here and 18 here. Okay? So I dealt a total of 33. Now I could have also not dealt a total of 33, but I could have dealt a total of 27 instead. But on this green slime, bring it to 7. Now killing it and sitting out the gray slime. Instead we are fighting the green slime. It's straight up bad. It's straight up bad. I don't know. I don't know. I'm losing a lot of life here. I'm losing a lot of life here. I don't know why. I mean, I did not think. Like, Yeah, misplay is 6 life. If we play defend and Storm of Steel here, we take 7. And in turn 1, instead of dealing 15 plus 18, I can play 1 block and can unload all the damage on the green slime. And if I do that, the green slime is now not at 16, but the green slime would be at 7. And now I could actually play defend, Storm of Steel, kill this guy, and take another 1. Yeah. So I would have taken 1 in the first turn and 1 in this turn 2 instead of 7 now. So effectively 5 life lost. Now what is the upside, what is the downside? Now I'm just assuming that we can kill this and can block. Are there hands where we cannot kill the damage? Like damage 7. Hands which do not deal 7. I guess hands which do not deal 7. Double strike. I mean, first of all, if he attacks for 8, then we take 3 now. I mean, then it would be roughly the same, probably. Now, how do we never, like, are there draws which, like, we do not deal 8? Let's say we draw 2 curses and 2 defense or something, right? 2 defense, 2 curses and 1 strike or something. 2 curses, 2 defense. Yeah. So then, I mean, there are hands which are bad, right? I mean, if you draw 2 defense, 2 curses and 1 strike, right? I mean, then I would play 10 block and then we would take 18 here, and that would suck big time. But there are not that many hands which do not deal 7, I guess. There are some, but not that many. Like 2 block. I mean, maybe Crippling Cloud. Would we be able to play Crippling Cloud? Let's say Crippling Cloud Strike. If we play Crippling Cloud Strike, we would have always taken... we've always taken 4. Whereas, if we draw Crippling Cloud here, we can always play either Crippling Cloud Defend or Crippling Cloud Survivor. Crippling Cloud Strike, on the other hand, would mean we take 4. In this case, Crippling Cloud to 9, we take 4. But maybe he only attacks for 8, then Crippling Cloud... No. Yeah. Crippling Cloud Strike, we would take 4 for sure. On the other hand, if this guy attacks for 8 and we block, we don't take. If we play Crippling Cloud and we play Survivor, we don't take. No, actually, probably it's just bad RNG. I don't know. It's close. I cannot say for sure. It's close. Nine. It's probably okay. I don't know. I cannot say. It's super rough to say. Now we have 9 block for sure. So we should not play the Storm of Steel. I want this to exhaust. And we have 9 block for sure. So we can probably strike. Yeah, strike is probably fine. So we said we have a guaranteed block in. If we cannot block in, we can always do 9. So I would probably... Yeah, either we can block in or we can kill. And that's a guaranteed. Yeah, Crippling Cloud Strike is also doing it. So either we can block in or we kill. We play the strike? No. If we draw weakness, we cannot play the strike. Playing the strike here is bad. Yeah. I don't know. Blatants. I don't know. I don't know, guys. We got another potion. We will never find any more potions now. Our potion drop is like at 10% now. At least I use the healing potion. At least. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we also knew that we have a very good block in the deck, right? So, I don't know. Just... Felt also bad to use like 1 defend on this gray slime, right? That we play, defend. I mean, it was also not foreseeable that we cannot defend the gray slime. The gray slime attacks for 8 or 12. Like an average, it attacks for 8 or 12, alternating. And I mean, that we cannot defend that is relatively ridiculous, right? Because if he attacks for 8, we can either 2 blocks, like base blocks, and that's a full block, or we can a single survivor, or we can neutralize single base defense. That's about it. If he attacks for 12, we need either weakness survivor or survivor defend, or defend, we still take less. Yeah, I don't know. I mean... And we also drew very attack heavy turn 1. So we were really sure that we will draw more. I mean... It was actually quite likely that we will draw more blocks. Yeah, I don't know. It's very confusing. And then the turn after, yeah. At least we used the potion. If we would have not used the potion, it would have been horrifyingly bad now. The boss is Hexaghost, yeah. When I cannot even say we are not taking enough consideration, it's just so tough fights here. So tough fights, every fight. No fight is easy, yeah. So we are at 45? I don't know. It's so serious. Like 10% potion drop now. We will not receive any more potions here. Yeah. No more potions. Keep in mind this advanced already, yeah. This will be advanced. Oh Blatants is good with the strength potion. Very good. So against the Hexa Ghost, Crippling Cloud Catalyst, what kind of game plan do we have here? Like, would you take okay. I don't know. Okay, I would take the Blatants, but it's just like a feeling. I don't know. I have the feeling it makes us directly stronger with the strength potion. That's it. I mean, I don't want to take advanced, or advanced. I don't know. I mean, currently I'm just having the feeling I want to YOLO these, but I don't. That might be not reasonable. And Catalyst can solve the Hexaghost fight, and currently we don't have that many means to solve the Hexaghost fight. But do we avoid the elite path? No, I don't think so. I do not think so. I think we just go into it and then we will see. What is about the Blatants? It gives us shifts and then they can be replaced by the other thing or what? Oh. Yeah, let's just go into that. We can never find a potion here. Masterful Step looks promising. This is 12. This is another 12. 24. So we can kill the right one already. While blocking ourselves in. We can even proc the right one. Finisher is not really playable, no. Also here. And then 24. Yeah, and 6 on something else, yeah. Very good Masterful Step here, of course. Very powerful. I'm bringing this to 8 so that we can actually handle it. Six plus 2 is handling it if you want. Yeah, okay, let's not play too quickly this time. I mean, such a sick Gamba, yeah? Gamba, always like, zack, zocken. Yeah, zocken. This is nonsense, right? We should do this. Because we have full block anyways, right? So there's literally 0.0 reason not to play it this way. Because we want to have the ability to actually shut this down. Possible. I think I'm playing it always wrong here currently. Hey, I mean, oh, hey, oh man, oh, I know. About weakness. No, I didn't forget about anything. I'm just not playing out correctly. But it's also about the Storm of Steel. I mean, Storm of Steel is 3 damage each, so we could have played defend. Look, I mean, we're also getting more punish than we could, you know, because, you know, Storm of Steel solves. Like, a Storm of Steel solves anything, you know. We can play block. I mean, keeping this alive means Crippling Cloud, Storm of Steel solves. Crippling Cloud for 4, Storm of Steel. So this is at 2, and we have 3 shifts. So Crippling Cloud, Storm of Steel, and 4 and 4. So this goes to 2, this goes to 5, shift, shift, shift. Solved. Yeah, I mean, if I could have killed this last turn, but if I would have done it, this is like not killable. So if I do this and kill this, this Laos is not killable, which basically means if we miss on the block, we can never kill this. Yeah, not possible, even with a Storm of Steel. So let's say I whiff on the block, she attacks for 8. Even if I Crippling Cloud, you know, I can Crippling Cloud it to 6. But we take the damage. So, I could have what weakness on this and strike on this, bring it to 2. Now, if you bring it to 2, I don't. I don't know. Like, yeah, correct probably would have been weakness on this, 6 on this. $13, but then Crippling Cloud and Storm of Steel does not save. Then we have Crippling Cloud, but Storm of Steel does not solve. 2 and 13. No, it would solve. 2 and 13, we have Crippling Cloud, we have 3 shifts on this. That would be solved. Yeah, that would have been correct. Yeah. No. Like, we can still kill this. So we would have played weakness on this, 6 on this. That would have been correct. Whereas we could not know before we actually played the Dagger Throw. We did not have information on the Dagger Throw beforehand. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm. I can pick a finisher. Layton's finisher works. I take the finisher here. Also works with this. I do not see the other options. The other options are too bad. That's a cool hand one. 20% potion drop. I would like to use a potion. What do you guys think? Oh, I'll be fine. No, let's think, please. Let's think here, please. Please, let's think. No garbage any longer. I don't want more garbage. 3, 4, 5, 20, 30. 30. Okay, let's think clever, yeah? 479 plus 5 shifts is 29. Bringing it to 57. So now we need 57. Do we have 57 in the deck? And do we even draw our deck? And first of all, we do not draw our deck. But even if we would draw our deck, let's count for the 57. 18, 30, 39, 51, 57. Maybe more, maybe less. But we also do not draw our entire deck. Yeah? I say again, 29. 29. It's also 86, not 89 HP. So 20, 29, 57. So what would need to happen for the 57? Blade Dance and Finisher together. Yeah. You spotted that right. But even if you draw Blade Dance, Finisher, Strike, like Blade Dance and Finisher together is quite... You can Finisher with a high roll on the Finisher. Yeah, but only with a high roll on the Finisher. That's my problem here. We can finish a high roll. But you're saying we need more against the Lagavulin, this Strength Potion? We can open with Scribbling Cloud, but it's not the end of the world. It's like... We don't have the energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't even have the energy to play all the attacks. We can also use our energy for blocking purposes. We use the Strength Potion here. And we also have a 20% potion drop. Is Finisher with double strike and masterful step enough? Depends on what we draw. Again, he's on 57. So it depends heavily on what we draw. Yeah. But the energy argument is also viable because of the survivor. Like if he... Some are wondering about the other one, like cubes. Cubes, you have Masterful Step is really good at the beginning. Finisher is really good at the beginning. Bladens can be good. Yeah. This... Why? This one, man. Yeah, serious. Yeah. Hey, our life total goes. That's like depletes the soul considerably. Intuitively, I would think we want that, but I don't know. 57, you say. What about the Lagavulin? You say against the Lagavulin we needed more. We open with a Crippling Cloud for 7 poison. That's 30 damage, that's not bad. We have Masterful Step, partly Finisher, partly Blatance into Finisher. So 57 is realistically a lot, I don't know. What is the reason not to like burst these now? It's so so I don't know, guys. I feel it's super fishy here. Like, to what? We are actually like trying to either draw all our attacks. That would work. I mean, actually, we try. Okay, I know. We draw 11 of 13 cards, and we need to draw our key cards. Key cards being Blatance, Masterful Step, Finisher, and Dagger's Throw. Okay, and 11 out of 13 is like high, right? It's like 80%, 80 something. So in order to draw all is 80 multiplied 80 to the power 4 or something, right? So we have probably a 40% chance that we really draw these 4 in the next 2 turns. Now if we do that, we still cannot play. Is there any line where we use the potion later? Only if you break us that hopeless. No, it's not hopeless. Like, but we would lose something doing that, right? I'm also wondering what kind of draw lets us not use the potion, you know? I mean, using the potion turn 3 is weird. So, something... Meaning we need to use the potion... I mean, we know that he will be weakened next turn, which is pretty good, right? So... But we still need to draw all the stuff. No. So difficult. Today I really have like kind of a blockade about the likelihood of things and stuff. I guess a finisher with a Blatance is just so sick. What is the likelihood of finisher and Blatance in the same hand? 20%. Yeah, usually doesn't happen that often. But it can happen. It can happen. So... yeah. So you're saying this potion use is so sick against the others, or what? The strength potion. Yeah, for our deck the strength potion is gold. Yeah. And you're saying against a Hexaghost maybe even. Maybe even against a Hexaghost or what? Or against Lagavulin or against cubes. What is the fight where we actually want to have it? What is the fight where we actually want to have it? We could also block here with the block potion. Yeah, we could also use the strength potion. I mean, generally speaking, it's like I rather want to do the damage in the earlier fights generally because what is our upgrade? This looks like a strength potion, no? I mean, the cloud, yeah, the cloud you say, but then against the cubes, the cloud is not that great, no? Block potion seems worth more to you. No, the strength potion is every worth more. but the block potion does not solve. Yeah. It's just a feeling. I think the strength potion here is nice. Do we have problems against the Lagavulin? Is it that we open with a crippling cloud maybe, which is 30 damage, which is a lot. We can then top that up on. The strength debuff is really. Okay. Yeah, finisher and Bladens is not very likely. It's a little bit higher than 12 because Dagger's Throat draws you a card. I don't know whether you factorize that in, but yeah, I think we need to use the strength potion. I mean, the knob will also be weakened. I think we need to use the strength. I don't. Against the Lagavulin who debuffs our strengths, it's actually not so cool. I'm also thinking about upgrading the Storm of Steel. Storm of Steel upgraded can also replace these. Can also replace these then. Yeah, I think we upgrade Storm of Steel. It's also much better against the cubes. It's definitely better against Lagavulin as well. So yeah. Hey Glash, thanks so much for the sub. Appreciate it. Against Lagavulin we have 5 damage turns. Yeah, but the knob also hits harder. I definitely like upgraded Storm of Steel for sure. I think I'm willing to use the strength potion. It's whenever you think you're safe against the knob. I mean, what you're saying is we can actually solve it without using the strength potion, without using any potion, as a matter of fact, right? Somehow, I don't know. I hope I'm not talking myself into something here. But there's also the thing that we can actually block next turn. Yeah. So the idea is that yeah, we can actually block this, and we could have not blocked it. We could have not proceeded to block it if yeah, if he would have not applied the strength potion, then we could have definitely not blocked this here. Yeah, and now it's perfect lethal. I mean, we drew the strike, but it's no, I mean, oh, Mercury Hourglass. Yeah. Please give me good relics, please. We are so in need of good relics, guys. If you would know, I'm really like grinding on my teeth here. At least that's what you're saying in Germany. I mean, hey, these fights, every single fight is like a good Mercury Hourglass. It's really good for us, yeah. The Mercury Hourglass. It's a very good relic. A very good relic. Also against the Lagavulin. Yeah, against Lagavulin, it will probably deal plus 15 to 20 damage. Against the cubes is like very valuable. Against the knob, it will also be 10. So against the Hexagons, it's also 27. Yeah, so it's really good. Acrobatic is good for the Storm. Yeah, and we just also faced the knob, right? Yeah, it's true. Acrobatic is good for the Storm. And we just faced the knob. How good is Acrobatics even? Against, like, it only gives +1 for the Storm though. But it's probably useful, yeah. Useful enough. Footwork is also interesting against Hexaghost and against Lagavulin though. But yeah. And good with the curse too. But being on 3 energy, not so good, no? On 3 energy, actually quite bad. But probably also very good against the cubes. Hey, Sendstream Pop, thanks very much for your sub. Appreciate it. Isn't it something like... Oh, squeak with teeth? And you say grinding with teeth in English? Okay, interesting. Acro could play more than footwork against Hexaghost. Yeah, I believe it's true. And we just faced the knob. Yeah, and we just faced the knob. You really like the acrobatics on 3. That's a new one. But Storm of Steel, right? Storm of Steel, acrobatics. Acrobatics, we just faced the knob, right? It's these 3, no? Okay, so we go full out on the Storm of Steel. Yeah? Guys. Crippling Cloud, Masterful Step. Shame. But we open here? We have to open, right? It's the best open we can... Yeah. I mean, best open? I don't know, but... I think it's... Probably. Don't over-exaggerate. Is it such a good open? We spend our energy, we inflict weakness, we inflict some poison. I don't even know, the Crippling Cloud might just be cursed later. The only thing which speaks for the open here is Masterful Step. Yeah. Yeah, we could also open with a nice finisher turn, that's what I see. Yeah, something acrobatics, Blade Dance finisher or something. How much damage is that? If you say this is 10, and this is another 18, that's 28 damage. Yeah. And we are frail. I mean, I don't know about frail. I mean, who cares about the frail, right? But what are better openers? 28. 28, 28. Storm of Steel. It's way harder to play crippling once he's awake, though. Yeah, maybe just don't play it then. Storm is a minimum of 24 already, yeah. And we can also play Blatant Storm is more. We can play Acrobatic Storm is more. Neutralize also plays partly. With the finisher, Blatant's finisher is more. If you draw Storm next turn, you can play and pass it even. To draw 0 energy 6 damage. Yeah, okay. I think... We could even play Blatant Storm of Steel and pass it. What a nonsense. Okay. Then we have only 0 energy, 6 damage in our deck. Funny. What is the break-even stress of cards for 0 energy we want to have in our deck? 0 energy, 6 damage is certainly good. Yeah. Oh, how much could we open here? We could Shift Dance here, Blade Dance here, and then we can Storm of Steel for 7, for 6. 36 here, if you want that. But I don't think it's clever, right? I feel like finisher shifts is very good. Shifts in the deck. How are they? If you open next turn. They are good, right? The shifts in the deck. Is 0 energy 4 damage good? Is 0 energy 6 damage good? What is the break-even threshold here? No, I would actually like to open next turn. I see something like that we can open with Strike, Dagger Throw, maybe into Finisher. 15, 27. Like, if everything, then it would be amazing. Then it would actually be 18, 36 as well. If not, depending on the draw, maybe we play 24 as opener or whatever. Locking game isn't amazing next 2 turns. You mean for the open here or what? I don't know. I think the question is, do we want 0 energy 4 damage? Do we want 0 energy 6 damage? Neutralize and survivor still in deck speaks for an open. Also some 0 energy cards in our deck would actually be pretty cool. No kidding. Don't think the 4 damage shifts are worth it. Yeah, but the 4 damage shifts also gives us 6 damage shifts. So, one question is 6 damage, what is the threshold? 0 energy. 0 energy 4, 0 energy 5, what is the threshold? If the threshold is 4.5, you should still play these two. So, and you're saying when we don't have finisher in the discard yet. Yeah, but it will get into the discard next turn, namely. And then we draw it, and then we have partly attack. Yeah. Yeah. We also have acrobatics for a little bit more draw. Whenever we draw acrobatics. Whenever we draw the cloud, we can actually also play the cloud and the shifts. I actually think I like it. What do you guys think? I think I like it. How many shifts do we have? 3 shifts? We could also shift 1 play shift. Yeah. So I think that's probably the break even through. I mean, how many shifts? Like this is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you play this, hatch and play 1 or 2 basic shifts. Yeah, we cannot play 2 basic shifts, but I can play 1. If you say, like, if you say 4 shift pluses are not to be. 4 shift pluses mean what? We have around 20 cards. And 4 shift pluses mean we draw 1 into every card draw. And that is... Sometimes you actually want to draw 2 into the card draws. So I see us having some incentive to actually play a little bit more than only these, but not too many, right? So if you do this, we get actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 upgraded and 2 non-upgraded. Then with a 5 upgraded, 2 non-upgraded, 5 upgraded, 2 non-upgraded. How is that? 5 upgraded, 2 non-upgraded. Also weird. We don't draw through half of our deck before he debuffs. We do open next turn. Then we draw attack 5, debuff turn 5. We draw through our entire deck. Fake news. We draw most likely, yeah, basically nearly through our entire deck. Yeah. But it's true that if we only play this, we get 4 upgraded ones. If we play Blatants and we play 1 shift, we get 5 upgraded ones, but at the cost of 2 non-upgraded ones. So that's a little bit weird, right? Maybe. Maybe we just want 4. Maybe 4 is okay. Basically having only the upgraded ones in there. Yeah, maybe that's okay. I don't know. Or maybe we take all. I mean, whenever we get acrobatics, it's really good to get all. But then again, whenever we draw Storm or Steel, yeah, with neutralize and 2 curses, 4 is probably a good number. Yeah, I agree. We also have Masterful Step. Yeah, so yeah. Finisher speaks for more. Yeah, yes and no, because you want to still spend the hand. You still want to spend the hand. Yeah, of course, on the other hand, if you say you actually want to draw the attack. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's good. That's not. Yeah, the shift passes. Yeah, okay. Shift, strike, finisher. Blocking potion. Means strike and finisher deals 12. Or we deal this and we... okay. So this is 12 plus 12, for example. Would be 24. 57. Or we do this, yeah? Then we play this. That's probably the best, right? Unless it gets some break-even point, it's 36. I mean, I don't know, what... No, not the block code. We never play the defend here. Yeah, we never play the defend here. Shift. Now it's either strike, finisher, or survivor and block potion. Yeah, because survivor block potion also doesn't increase masterful step. We are trading 5 block for 12 damage. Actually, we're trading 8 block for 12 damage. And then the question is also whether we need it. So currently we can deal 24, bring it to 45. 45 is actually 36. And we have 3 turns to deal 36. Seems excessive to me. I also don't like the full heal event. I mean, the full heal event is the pipe dream, yeah? So the only reason would be that we say we have too much life against the Hexaghost. I currently do not see that, right? So if you can convert this for 12 life, I'm probably just doing that. So if we do this, it goes to 57. Actually, it's 48. And the 48... we have 48. So let's do this, yeah. I mean, we can never kill next turn, so we will always need like all turns anyways. Oh my god, no. Oh my god, no. I mean, you could have not killed anyways, yeah? 30. Just died. Oh. Ah. I don't know. Gremlin Horn also good. Terror is so important against Hexer Ghost. Oh! Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. The Spire is throwing us, oh no, 90. Oh man, what the up and down of feelings here. Ugh, what an up and down of feelings here. Oh. Bam! Like, okay. Bam! Handed 9 damage against Nob, but like 40 damage against the cubes, but only 9 damage against the Nob. Bam! Handed you the solution against the cubes, but unfortunately not against the Nob. Bam! Handed you the solution against the Nob and all the against the cubes and all the hallway fights, but not against the Nob. Yeah. And I don't know. This is 30 and 90 HP Nob instead of 86 or 87 is also really bad, but at least this is 30. Now somebody says this is a really good starting hand, really. Not really. Why? No attacks, right? So I start with acrobatics. Into Steel of Storm of Steel. Yeah. What do you do here? Don't see Storm of Steel. Terror. Blatant. We did not deal all the damage, but oh yeah, that looks good. That is a good hand. May shame away. That is a very good hand, guys. Now that is a good hand. Like if you're Wasso. Okay. 666, man. 666. Oh, prayer wheel also. Oh my god. I just want it. Oh. Expertise with the steel of like throw steals, but naja. Highest high rolls here, highest high rolls. Mm. 39, no 14. Mm-hmm. Also we have meat on the bone, it heals us for 12 each fight. We have the hourglass, which is directly answering the cubes. We have the gremlin horn, which is directly answering... Yeah, I mean, I definitely take this and then we see, right? I mean, we can always go to the rest place instead and all that stuff. So I definitely do that and then we see. Now against the Lagavulin, we could actually upgrade the Crippling Cloud, no? I mean, that would help a lot. Or not? I don't know. No, actually we have Terror. Yeah, I mean, we would wait for Terror against the Lagavulin. Oh, actually we have Terror against the Lagavulin. That should help. Help to an extent that we should not die, I guess. If we die anyways, I would be quite sad. Okay. Last time we lost 20, yeah, but only because we shuffled so many shifts into the deck. I mean, resting with having the meat on the bone also looks extremely weird. Okay, what do you say against Lagavulin? I mean, we do have, against the Lagavulin, we do have Terror. I mean, that is insane against the Lagavulin. He starts usually at 110, 120, or 115 or whatever. And instead of 115, he actually starts as 80. This is like more than dealing 40 damage. And we always get it, because 22 cards in the deck. And we can skim with acrobatics. So we always get there. Like, there's literally zero chance that we cannot open with the Terror. And once you open with the Terror, the only thing we have to do is like to block in more than like exactly 20 basically. So, and you're saying we can do that, we cannot do that. I mean, if we have a Crippling Cloud, we can actually already deduct 5. So now we don't need to block for 20, but we only need to block for 15. In 10 cards. 10 cards block 15. Now, Survivor alone is already blocking for 11. I don't know. Acrobatics always leads to block 10. Weakness always leads to block another 5. And we can even upgrade something meaningful. What would be upgrading something meaningful? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and we don't want to have too much HP against Hexaghost, of course not. Yeah, so against Hexaghost, you know, we always are fine HP wise with the meat on the bone. So what is the problem against the cubes, you say? The cubes, we take a Mercury Hourglass, pink 3. That is very, very potent. Whenever we kill one, we get new cards. It's very, very potent. We have Masterful Step against them. We have Dagger Throw. Shift, Storm of Steel is partly helping. Strike is upgraded for whatever that's worth. Yeah. I mean, these relics, guys, I don't know. I mean, the Mercury Hourglass is insanely potent against any multiple monster enemy fight, but also still absolutely okay in single enemy fights. The Gremlin Horn is completely insane in multiple enemy fights. The meat on the bone is completely insane in all multiple enemy fights and also in all single enemy fights. The prayer wheel is completely insane at the like being received in Act 1 or something. Because then you can actually build yourself a very nice deck with all the card rewards. Yeah, we are potionless, unfortunately. It's a little bit sad. Question marks could be an encounter. And then it's probably more than a camp. That is true. If the question mark is an encounter, it's way more than a camp. Why? Because meat on the bone. Amazing if this is an encounter, meat on the bone. It can give us a potion. If this is the case, amazing in comparison. If this is an encounter, amazing in comparison to whatever, yeah? If this gives us a potion, it's amazing, the encounter. If this is an encounter with a prayer wheel, it's amazing. If it's mushroom, it's amazing. Gremlin is amazing. With Mercury Arrow, it's amazing. It can never lose us. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Domes says, I just think those relics are so strong we are able to afford to rest here. It's not a high chance of dying, but I think still it's 15-20%. This is never 15 to 20% to die. We were probably at around maybe 5% to die. Like, my estimation to the blue would have been like 5% to die here or something. But yeah. So if this would have been a fight, that would have been amazing. We would have gained life, potion, and leverage. Okay, we didn't. But whatever, we will see now. How does remove curse from deck compares to upgrading a card? Removing that curse? That's obviously a benefit. Your stream actually made me play the game again. It's great. Yeah, the great game is super cool. Happy if you enjoy it too. Acrobatics is card draw we do not really want unless Storm of Steel. Unless Masterful Step. But Dagger Throw is also card draw. Can we kill one? Ever? Not really, right? It's 3 energy. I mean, we are close, but currently it's we are a little bit shy, no? This is 18, 30, 33. Just a little bit shy. If you draw a finisher with the Dagger Throw, yeah, that would be great. So you're saying we should skim with the acrobatics? Yeah, actually a little bit energy starved here. No, Cloudus cannot be good. Cloudus only weakness. Yeah, Acro sounds weird with the Mercury and 33 in their hand. It's not only that, but I mean, Dagger always happens and then we can still think. And also, I mean, there's a strike for 9 damage. I mean, it's not... Take the kill. We don't have the kill. That's a problem. We do not have the kill here. So... I mean, we have to kill into the next turn. Which is in the next turn. The problem is that the Masterful Step also becomes more expensive if you do not play it this turn. The expected value of drawing 3 cards, how is that? I mean, there are a lot of blanks. Unless you tell me we want to actually play Survivor. Finisher is not good any longer. Masterful Step is of course very nice. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's 3 cards, and if you get Storm of Steel, it's like 25% is completely amazing. If you receive Masterful Step, we can take the kill now. Then we do not get Shuffle. That's good. Maybe I should have digged for the finisher earlier. What does if we find Survivor? Do we do that? I don't like the draw when you have acceptable options, right? The Storm of Steel also comes later. And then we can still do it and stuff like this. Now Survivor is not that great. Yeah. Yeah, I think we just go for this. Actually, do we go for that? Yeah, probably. No, we don't kill one, we can kill one next turn, but then we also have extra energy. We actually go with extra energy and extra card draw into the next. Which is weird, I don't know. We already have a Strike Plus and Blade Dance, yeah, we already have acceptable options, basically. Yeah. And we draw Daisies earlier, you say, that's your main argument, right? That we draw... Yeah. I don't know. Neutralizing another cube is possible. Yeah, we can also kill one next turn if we play defend. I'm actually also thinking very much about the defend line here. But not dealing 9 damage would actually mean we probably don't deal 12 damage. And not dealing 12 damage actually also means that I mean, I guess we strip artifact, no artifact, I mean. Yeah, it's not only a strike, but it's strike plus, so it's actually realistic amount of damage, but not dealing 9 means we can actually leave it at 12, okay? And if you leave it at 12, there are just some draws which are not getting there. Not many, but some. So maybe it's just better to deal the damage, honestly. I mean, we don't have in mind to play the Crippling Cloud anyways, do we? Or do we have in mind to play the Crippling Cloud? Not dealing the 9 is so awkward for later? Is it? I don't know. But yeah, we are being quite aggressive. I think that's actually fine now. Drawing more cards and all that stuff. I do not mind it too much. Drawing extra cards is not the worst. The Survivor and Steal. I mean, come on. Hey. Okay. Yeah, Survivor. Next, when this guy attacks, we are... Yeah, we should focus fire this guy, right? I mean... Survivor, Storm of Steel. Focus fire this guy in case of... It's just that guy, right? I mean... Next turn we have never blocked. But we can weakness block, I don't know. There's weakness block. Yeah, but only if we draw both. It's very unlikely. I think focus firing this is just what we want to do. So we really drew weakness block. Hey guys. Hey, this is... I mean, okay. Hey. But yeah, maybe we don't want to do it, so... Step finisher is better anyways. Yeah. So you want to what? Step finisher, crippling if bad draw? What do you mean? Also step finisher, you mean here or what? Yeah, I mean that's what we need to play, right? Not really a choice, yeah. I guess so. Now you wanted to play this to strip the artifact. I mean, we play Strike and Terror before we strip the artifact, right? Like to strip the artifact. Unless we want to do this. No, actually this is better. This is actually better. Then we inflict weakness. That's better. And then we can terror later. Yeah. It's better. It also goes out of the deck and we want to actually draw the thing. Oh my god. Meat on the bone. Oh no, not the tiny topter. Not the tiny topter, man. Oh, backstab is so good. Punished? No, very good. Very good, everything. Very good. What do you mean punished? Very good. It's very good here. We are swimming the train of success. Okay. Oh my god. Fortunately, we just got the backstab. Oh, the meat on the bone is also like very productive. The meat on the bone is also very productive. Oh my god, man. I think we are out of the woods. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, we can play finisher. But maybe, I don't know. We can play finisher for 7-8. Okay. Finisher is very good here. He's like this guy. I do this. This and this. Storm of Steel. Hooray! Okay. Meat on the bone! Boom! Hey, where are the freaking potions, guys? Where are the freaking potions? Okay, how long are we in the act? 2 hours. Okay, perfect. That was a very demanding act. Very demanding act by now. Oh, we just went through like a snake, you know, like a snake. Oh, there's some garbage coming from the right side. We just go on the left side. Oh, there's some garbage coming from the left side. We are just snake. We are the snake. We are snaking our way through the spire. Okay. Without resting, we are snaking ours without resting. Okay, we are just meeting meat on the bone. Meat on the bone, meat on the bone train. Okay. Do you know what's absurd? You're celebrating because this removed the curse. But do you know what I see? I see this question mark being garbage and this question mark actually counteracting the other question mark. That's all. Backflip you want, right? Backflip is amazing. That's exactly what we want, right? It's exactly what we want, the backflip. For everything. For card draw, for block because it's a good card, for the super duper. What is the super duper? Yeah, the yellow card. Storm of Steel. Super hyper synergetic with Storm of Steel. No? Let's take that. This is accuracy. I take it. Why? Because Blatant shifts. Because Storm of Steel shifts. Everything is shifts. In this case, maybe Infinite Blade. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Probably not. Probably skip. We do need damage. You mean against Hexaghost? We have Terror. We can terrorize the Hexaghost. And if you terrorize the Hexaghost without Terror, you have an auto loss. With the Terror, you have a good chance to actually get there. Storm of Steel can discard the burns. With this, you can actually also have a good chance to get there. This is a good block. If you have one big finisher turn, we have a very, very high chance to get there. Let's try not to receive too much damage early so we can actually play the Masterful Step more often. That would be great. But otherwise, we can also still use our energy. Okay, this is not helping. This helps like for 30. It's also not complete garbage. Gremlin Horn, yeah, it's of course bad against Hexaghost. Doesn't do anything. Meat on the Bone is of course bad against Hexaghost. But I mean, we definitely do not complain about this Meat on the Bone, which likes healed for 48. And will also do more. Gives us also the opportunity to take every elite in the rest of the Spire. Yeah, Prayer Wheel in coordination with Meat on the Bone is really strong. Why? Because with Prayer Wheel you want to farm a lot of normal enemies. And If you farm a lot of normal enemies, you will take a lot of chip damage. If you take a lot of chip damage, you die. The meat on the bone says, even if you would die, do not die. Yeah, Toinitopter of course is garbage. We could not find any potions. Now, we know that we had a low potion drop chance, but that we really received 0 potions is a little bit little. Yeah. About the infinite blades. Yeah, we cannot take them. How? We are definitely upgrading on the bonfire. And we are upgrading what? What do we upgrade? The Terror, never. For Act 2. Oh, I'm thinking about the Hexagons here. Acrobatics is a possibility. The Crippling Cloud is a possibility, but it's a one-time effect. One time for how much? Plus 15. Acrobatics probably gives a little bit more, right? Yeah, probably. Yeah, Crippling Cloud is also something we do not always want to play. I would not do that. No, I think Acrobatics. Yeah, why not Acrobatics? Acrobatics into Storm of Steel is always great. Like, way better than this upgrade. And in the first iteration, I really want to get Terror very quickly. So better upgrade these Acrobatics. Oh, what you're saying on 3 energy is not so good? Probably right. But I guess still. Latence is definite damage, yeah. Definite 6 more damage. It's not that much. 6 more damage against Hexagons. Maybe Finisher. I don't know. Finisher is good with a 1-2 attack and then the upgrade plays or what. And if you draw it with Blade Dance, his Finisher is really good. On 2 attacks, yeah, not that good. Finisher is not that great with Storm, yeah. Cloud has more utility, yeah, but you do not even play it in hallways. Finisher for damage, Acrobatics for quality, yeah. Turn 1 Finisher is certainly better. Yeah, maybe Blade Dance is also okay. Can still Blade Dance Finisher, yeah, Blade Dance is probably okay. Yeah. No, I think Blade Dance is fine. Because Blade Dance also makes the finisher better. Crippling Cloud is weakness into turn 2. That's very important. Poison Infliction while we do have no Terror deployed yet. It's also very important. Yeah. Just like play it. I also want to play the backstep. I don't see that. I don't want to play that. Just like this, right? Could have played 2 card draws instead of 6. Didn't really see that happening. What do you want to do? Mm-hmm. Acrobatic Survivor, Storm of Steel or something, yeah? The Terror faster, yeah? Acrobatics drawing Terror of finisher feels really bad. If we draw finisher... Yeah, that would actually suck. Yeah, I would also save the HP, most likely. Yeah. I think honestly we are not that bad underway, right? I mean we are entering this in kind of a way. Dagger's throw? Storm of Steel discard and play everything. Yeah, I mean it's obvious. Terror is a little bit late to the party. Holy moly. Block 5 is better than deal 9, no? For us. Imagine what's full damage. No. Like what is Hey Mann, hey, was denn? Maybe. I mean, no, hey. I don't know. I mean, do we always die next turn? Because then I just play the strike now. I guess so, right? Retrospect? You can still have the choice, man. What do you mean? I mean, we played one blade dance and blah blah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the problem is, if we draw one burn, okay, we have to hope for some Storm of Steel or Blade Dance or whatever, right? What do you mean? Like, the aggro doesn't get anywhere. We played the damage with it, you know? Is it enough? I think so, maybe no. Guess not. Oh. Okay. The infinite blades. The infinite blades. Oh man. You draw storm, yeah, but what does the storm help you? Nature says, I believe Crippling Cloud upgrade also would have dealt exactly 6 more damage. Yeah. Then the blade use? No. I don't think so. But hey, I mean, I don't know. I guess okay. Margin of error. Please, like the acrobatics. It's not about the stupid 1 damage with the acrobatics. It's about that you do need to play what you have in the hand. The 1 energy for the block 11, and we have 1 energy already reserved for the blade dance for 16. And now, if you play something else for the energy, like for example the blade dance, right? There was the blade storm thing argument. Yeah, the blade dance also only gives you 4 or 5 shifts. It's not even better than like the blade storm. Like it's I mean, yeah, in hindsight, of course we would have won the fight. I mean, it's yeah. I think we just I want to do the run somehow because the relics are nice, and I think if I stop now, I mean, I'm not. I mean, you understand with the same argument you can play the backflip here. Yeah. I mean, there's always like what? Most RNGs. Oh yeah. It's just like we cannot know. I mean, it's the same here. Do we deal the 6 damage? Don't we do is the draw better than the 6 damage? Yeah. I mean, Yeah, I don't know. I mean, mostly, right? Most likely, I don't know. Like it's like if we are like, I mean, I don't know, man. Hey, this annoys the heck out of me, but I'm also like, I don't know. Like this is not so much fun. But I don't know. I did not feel it too much. I mean, if the run is not that much fun with these relics, I don't know what to say. Yeah. It's such a yeah. Isn't it better not to play the backstep? The backstep is a draw or 11 damage. And you're saying plus 5 damage for the draw. No, I think I like the draw for the 5. Yeah. So this is correct. But the thing is, I'm blitzing like always. Like I'm blitzing this and then I do this strike for 6 damage. And now with the same argument, like with the life loss, with the same argument, we can say, hey, let's play the backflip instead here. Yeah. It's the same argument, honestly. Like there's nothing. Yeah. Take 6, deal 6 damage, or draw 2 cards. And yeah, most honestly, 2 cards are better, probably. Yeah, probably 2 cards are better. It's correct that this is better. Yeah, this is usually slightly better. Yeah, 2 cards draw is probably slightly better than dealing for 6 damage here. Most likely. Yeah, and here also. I mean, you know, the energy is already reserved, right? So yeah, you can play. You see, it's like it's completely depends on how you actually want to play it. I mean, now I don't know, right? I mean, neutralize for the next weakness seems to be alright, and now you can actually play a blade into the finisher. Maybe that's better, right? Because otherwise, what is it? We can block for 11, but then this is not good. So we still play this and this. So yeah, we can also take all the damage, you know, and be faster. Like we can do all kind of things, you know. It's like I don't know, yeah. It's like the damage, okay, but then the one thing goes more expensive, Masterful Step. Otherwise, we would have been able to play that for 1, but I don't even know whether we want to play it for 1. Yeah, I don't know. This is such a disappointing run, seriously. Like, so disappointing. I would have really liked to play it out. I mean, we played out, so the Spire cannot take this from us. But on a series notation, it's really sad. Yeah. Really like to. I mean. Masterful Step for 10. Yeah, is it lethal by the way? 24. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like very close at the end, but yeah. Counterintuitive fight, don't know how you predict all of this is correct. Yeah. Why was draw better? Because of Storm? No, because 6 damage in comparison to the card draws we can actually have is 6 damage is not very relevant in coordination towards that. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. No, not suboptimal. It's just very close. I don't know, suboptimal. It's not exactly like. It depends on also the draws. It's just very difficult. But I mean, that's probably like the incarnation of this run. It's just very difficult. But I guess now we can. Honestly, maybe it's not so bad. I mean, if I think about how this run started and if I think about how like my current mindset, I think maybe I like that that this run is kind of pressure relief, like win pressure relief. I'm actually much more looking forward for a casual run than having like a series run. So maybe it's for the better good. I don't know. So let's chill a little bit and play this run in a casual way. Okay. So you like the Storm of Steel or not? Yeah, nice relic also for like we don't have AoE, right? Yeah, not having AoE makes this like really good. This is also really good us not having AoE. This is really good anyways, regardless whatsoever. It's just super cool. This we can probably farm a lot of normal enemies and then build like a really nice deck. Casual would be nightmare. No. I mean, casual in not completely min-maxing everything to the ground. Not casual in like we do sucky plays. Like not yeah. Okay. Um, um, so yeah, I'm thinking Storm of Steel into Cursed Key. Simply because the other two are not possible. More aggressive? No, not more aggressive. Mainly that I prioritize 2 card draw for the 6 damage. And that's also the correct play. I mean, not only in hindsight, it's just the correct play to do that. But not by a lot. Yeah. So it was actually quite a close call. Mm. Clean fight. Very clean. I like that. We can discard and then we make it cheaper if we discard it with Storm of Steel. There's one problem attached to that play. There's one little problem attached to that play. I could have also taken the Burning Elite. I don't know. Probably a little bit too timid not to take the Burning Elite. Yeah, most likely too timid. This I don't know. Probably whatever, really. $15, no? Give me green cards. Now I only pick green cards, guys. Just give me the green cards. Yeah, that's green cards. I may find powers. We'll find powers, but yeah, I don't know. Marbles I feel super good. Medikit not so much, but if you want. Goes for the remove, but that's okay. Personally not a big fan of Medikit. It's just not good. Hand and fumes. Yeah, that's very casual. But we are shifts currently. I'm really looking for an accuracy. and then we go for it. So what reflex is good with Storm? Yeah, for 90 gold, are you sure? I mean, that's so weird. But yeah, sure. I mean, why not? It's interesting at least. It's interesting. We remove something. Remove attack, right? Attack is like really weird. I mean, why is it so weird? We could trade against the bites, but we don't want bites. Yeah, that's what I thought, but we don't want that. The reason we don't want that is because of meat on the bone. Yeah, the reflex thing, guys. Expertise, I take that. It's upgraded. I'm telling you, I just picked green cards now. I just picked green cards here. Give me the green cards. Give me the green cards. No, give me the green cards. Nah, I guess maybe people also want to see how fast gameplay looks like, right? And I mean fast or whatever, or casual gameplay, yeah? With the idea, hey, how would a run look like if you would not think that much, you know? And this is how a run looks like. You play pattern play, mostly you also do not make mistakes, yeah? Sometimes you do the one or the other mistake. Maybe you sometimes even do less mistakes because you're not so exhausted, right? Like if you do not care about your life total, I mean, what I'm simply saying is whatever, right? I mean, sometimes you do even maybe the better player because your stamina is not like in danger. Yeah, you do not need to think. Yeah, if you don't need to think, you can play like 10 hours, no exhaustion. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know about this reflex by there. It's good. I think it's okay. Yeah. Yeah, about that over leg sweep. I'm surprised that nobody commented on that. What's this? Terror. Alright. Yeah, Terror is like 35. And Storm of Steel also wants to be played. Oh, maybe we should go 5. It's okay, right? Take damage to activate the bow? No, I think we are fine. I mean, depending on the play, we can take damage if you really want. Like, if you say we have lethal for sure, which we have, we could, for example, opt in to take some damage now. Yeah, I think that's also correct, of course. Yeah. So, this book doesn't die on us, right? So we can just do this. Paper crane. Now I would have actually taken the leg sweep. Oh, defect plus. I mean, I told you I pick all the green cards. I mean, I can stick to this sentiment if you want. Not exactly sure how... Yeah, okay, come, let's take it. It's probably not even that clever. What is here? We can upgrade something. No, actually it's good. It's 0 deflect, right? Deflect. No, it's good, it's good, it's good. We have expertise. Expertise deflect. Expertise deflect. No? Storm or cloud. Nah, yeah, let's do the reasonable upgrade, please. What about terror? Oh, you mean this Storm of Steel? 4+4. Acro 4+1 card. Terror goes to 0. Terror with expertise. I think terror expertise. Ah. And people are asking me why I want to finish this run. And people are asking me why I want to finish this run. Yeah, why do I want to finish this run, guys? I don't know. Why do I want to finish this run? No clue. Why is it, guys? Do you have any idea why I would be incentivized to finish this run? For like, I play 10 cards, and you know what? Afterwards I draw an extra card. And do you know when? Yes, exactly after I played Storm of Steel and received a lot of shifts. Or like I weaken our opposition into the ground. Or they are vulnerable and they always die immediately. Or we create a potion or 1.5 every fight and heal ourselves into infinity. Or we never die because of meat on the bone. Or we farm normal enemies for a lot of card rewards. Or leads for all these juicy relics. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh man, oh man, I opened the chest. I opened the chest because of the Nuloth. Not Nuloth. Yeah, because of the Mask Trader. The freaking Mask Trader. I opened it because of the Mask Trader. Oh, it's the program shows a lot of these curses onto us. Oh, it's so painful. Okay. So yeah, okay. I mean, what could we like to have? Calculated gamble is an option. Violate is possible, but not a lot of fun. Yeah, Smith. Alchemize if you want. Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason not to do them one after another. Whoa. Oh, you little... I don't know. Backflip plus, no. Backflip. Like green. Can be taken if you want that. Borderline coil. It's not green, I know. If it would have been green, I would have appreciated it more. Yeah, there's always this pain thing. I don't know. Okay. 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 The problem is whether the build is too good or too bad. What do you mean? Oh, I wanted to. Oh, 999. I want to play Storm of Steel, guys. Hey, oh, okay. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How much should we take? Too much? Vier, 8, 18. It will be whatever, guys. Hmm. Okay, valid plans, is it a thing or is it not a thing? It's a good finish enabler. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you just want to like take a look what we do, we punish AoE fights. We punish AoE fights a lot. No fight punishes us. Normal enemies are also not disadvantage. Toinetopter means also like infinite sustain. With this infinite sustain, super mega hyper sustain, extra super energy, hyper energy. Back of marbles, super burst, paper grain, super weakness infliction, super draw, super front load, and we even have the wing boots to fly around to our liking. Our deck itself, front load, burst, burst. A little bit painful here, but I mean, the curses do not always need to be pains. We get infinite like sustain, infinite potions. It's a lot of block. The second, like, the last backflip was probably not so super, but we are really super, yeah. Super damage here, hyper draw here, also vulnerable. So yeah, we are doing fine. So valid plans. Yeah. What is about the valid plans? You're saying we can retain something meaningful. The problem is that I do not really see that we want to, like, I think it doesn't matter. We can take the acrobatics or we can skip this here. And the acrobatics itself is being on the energy we have with this card. I think we just take the acrobatics here. It's rare that the acrobatic is bad. Yeah, we could also smith opens a hammer. If we smith, we open ourselves a hammer, so that's not so bad. What do we upgrade? Hard to say. Like, most of these do not matter. I guess drawing 4 cards is never that bad. Yeah, 1 extra card, whatever. So here we are. I can see us using this for a power, maybe something meaningful is between. Tools of the Trade is very nice. After damage is very nice. And probably after damage is better than Tools of the Trade. And our deck, of course. No? Yeah, that should be very good here. I mean, that's just very, very potent, very powerful and such. Dodge and roll can be played, but I don't think we need that. Yeah, there's our potion back. Then continue here. We draw 2 cards here, yeah. So expertise fills our hand, it's nice. Finisher is currently 30. She's vulnerable turn 1, so that's pretty cool. So we have different options. We can either Storm of Steel for a lot of shifts. 3, 4, 5, 6. Or we do this. This is interesting, this is more damage. But the problem is we might draw one of the pains and then it also pings us. We can also play Finisher then Storm, yeah, that's probably the best. I like that. Oh yeah, Terror for the future. Okay. Yeah, like this, right? It's okay. Like, yeah, nothing to complain here, right? Nothing to complain. Let's play this really. Yeah, this can be drank, like we can drink this for sure. We could have played what? Deflect or something? Deflect, yeah. Backflip. Backflip could have played, backflip. So why did I not want to play backflip? I did not want to play backflip because I actually messed it up. Oh. I mean, I did not want to draw pain, but actually it doesn't matter because we could have discarded anyways. So I just missed 5 block there. Straight up stupid. Okay, Ja, Stromo-Stil. Oh, look at that. Lul. Okay. Klar, Mann. Goodbye. Stromo-Stil. Okay. Meat on the bone value. It's good. Die. Hope to see no time eater. I doubt that the time eater is such a problem. What about die here? Not specifically appealing, but whatever. Take it anyways. Ooh, is that a wrist blade? Okay. Oh man. Okay, yeah. Yeah, broke break. Complete broke break here, guys. You must be kidding me. Okay, yeah, we have like life. Do we have this card? Not really. We could fish for this card, I don't know, but not there. Yeah, we could remove these paints at some point because these paints are pinging us a lot. Don't like these paints. Oh. The ink bottle I always use at the end. It's a really good feeling to always use the ink bottle at the end. The blatants. Yeah, come whatever, I guess. Yeah, no. Madness bring cards to 0. It's good generally speaking. We could take more curses, guys. This is probably stupid. I mean, this is most likely stupid. How many shops are there? It's very stupid, most likely. Very stupid. It's very dumb. It's stupid but fun with the rich. Naja, we will see. I mean, first of all, like it rains gold. Yeah. No power card. They got throw bye. Let's remove one of these normalities. Really not having application for those. Lantern is good turn 1. Slingshot is very good for us as well. Apotheosis, really. More okay. That's it. The membership card. Yeah, membership. So, shop is there. Yeah, generally speaking, should be elitified. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, we also have this card, you know. We have a lot of this card for this normality. Okay. And we also have the Sling of Courage. We also have the Sling of Courage. Yeah. Oh, full stop, yeah. The Sling of Courage as well. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Acrobatics into pain. Deflect. 24. Okay, neutralize for sure. Like, weakness is so strong for us. Backflip. Blade and Storm of Steel. Yeah, we have 2 extra strength and the wristblade, no? We have 2 extra strength and wristblade. Both. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty sick everything. Oh. Ja, mach mal. Discard, draw, discard. Draw, discard, Apple. Draw, discard, Apple. So no prepared, interesting, maybe weird because of Apple. Yeah, but we will see. So, yeah, interesting, no? Interesting. Nice. Burning Elite, by the way. Burning Elite. Oh, Korea with the gold. Oh, man. Catalyst. The Catalyst, man. Upgraded it later. Shop. We want shop. But we also want Elite. We have 2 extra strengths, guys. We have 2 extra strengths. 2 extra strengths. Nah, the Crippling Claws is already quite published. Oh, overkill. Overkill that. Came over me. Heal. Heal, guys. I don't know. This is a little bit energy starved if you. I don't know. Yeah, but wristblade. Have wristblade. Also wristblade. Also wristblade. Wristblade. Yeah, wristblade. Wristblade slingshot. The Moorbank. I don't think so. Endless Agony. Endless Agony is also so good. And then there's a nightmare. I don't know. No clue. Where's the shop here? So we go here. I should not even open this garbage. Why do I open this garbage, guys? Stupidity. Stupidity. I should not even open that garbage, guys. Let's open the garbage. My bad. The pain, man. There it comes. Huh? Huh. Ghost in a jar. Calipers. Das schmeckt. Okay, Expertise. Hey, I don't even know, like, was ist hier los, Mann? Was ist hier los? Expertise, yes or not? I mean, it's here, it's like not even so clear. It's always nice, I don't know. Ach komm, jetzt hier, genommen. Yeah, probably not, that was probably a garbage choice. Yeah, why would I do that, you know? Why would I do that? Whatever. It's green, so we take it. No, we start every run with like an upgraded apple. I don't think that there is something. What did you say? What is like a good upgrade? Alchemize is automatically upgraded, so I don't know. Yeah, mirror for the discard thing, which draws cards, is also good. Okay, Catalyst Blatant. I don't even know about this Blatant thing. Yeah, probably. All prepared. But we have Blatants with Wristblade. We don't even have ninjutsu relics. Probably just die if we keep it on. Maybe this here prepared or something. Prepared is better here. Yeah, here's a little bit tricky. Yeah, but come, let's do this. Why not? I already know some reasons why not. Okay. Akabeko, sure, why not? Blur, Grand Finale. Yeah, Blur is upgraded automatically, why not? No? Okay, come on, name. Question mark or monster? I don't know. Question mark or monster? Question mark can be Mind Bloom. Mind Bloom. Actually, the monster should be better. Monster is 2 card choices. Question mark can be a shop. Yeah, might remove all curses. No, cannot for us. Red Mask is also so bad for us. I think it's pretty clear that we take the monster. I think everything else is just nonsense. And yeah, I don't know. Let's do this. Let's trade these because we don't want to get pain for heart. Whatever. Yeah, 180. Strike, defend, expertise. Yeah, we take some damage, we get like meat, whatever. Is it 9? Yeah, but then again, I also don't exactly know what we are looking for. I guess outmaneuver can never be so bad. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, okay. So yes, recall. Yeah, outmaneuver for long fights, but I don't even know whether it's good. Yeah, I don't know whether it's good. But I guess yes, sometimes we have like a short. Sometimes we do have some energy shortage, and it will help in at those times. Yeah, we can prepare them to prepare for eternities. If you want that, I don't know. So here we have. Oh yeah, it's not right now. I think we just take the damage. We have also meat on the bone, not taking the damage inside. Nonsensical, yeah. We just take the damage here, get meat on the bone. Yeah. Huh. I don't know about the furry thing there. Oh yeah, with the curse, by the way, we will be able to remove pain next. Pain will go next out of our deck. Ghost Ninja Alchemist, you say? But Ghost Ninja is so good against the heart. I don't even know. Terry is better against the heart, no. But yeah, I agree. We can draw one card first, and then we can decide. Maybe this one card is already doing it. Maybe not. I think I definitely use the fairy here. Also very happily so. And yeah, no, as a full stop. Yeah, I don't see why I would not use the fairy here. It's also the fairy does not work with the thing. The fairy doesn't work with the Toynitopter. So actually very happy to use the fairy here. Yeah, absolutely no complaints here about the fairy here. That is sure. Block. Huh. Wow. No. So. The master of step was not exactly. Okay. So let's see. What do we do first? First this, yeah. This first. No, don't be afraid, guys. It's not so bad. What I'm saying is it looks worse than it is. Yeah, it definitely looks worse than it is, guys. So no worries there. What is the finisher? 2. We draw, dodge, and roll. Oh yeah, I didn't need to do that. Okay. Oh no, actually we had blur, right? So it was good. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Yeah, come, let's just say this. Blur. We even have calipers. Yeah, that's pretty sick. Okay, so it's almost here. Somehow our deck gives us like a lot of you know what I'm like, a lot of gas. A lot of gas. It's really cool. Like the amount of gas this deck creates is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, probably. Oh yeah, the time meter. You were afraid about the time meter, if I understood that correctly. Um, okay. Bye bye Ghost in a Jar. Oh. You could calculate it gamble to see, maybe. Okay. Oh, pain. Well, okay. 13, 21. Yeah. I mean, Ghost in a Jar. Or really somehow, I mean, if 13, 21, but then, okay, I don't know. Probably doesn't matter, yeah. I did not really want to play it right now, but it appears we need to play something. Huh. Okay. We are just like, oh my god. Oh, 16 is it? So much. Oh, that's a lot of blockers. I mean, we even have the calipers. Yeah, full block, but you don't really need it, you see. And actually we already have. What I'm saying is we also need to deal the damage now. Where do we get if you never play the damage? Just need to deal some damage as well. I mean, this is a lot of block we created, you see. So I think this is just hedging in a very nice way. Oh, wow. Okay. This is, yeah, okay, whatever. What I guess. So we take 42 and we have 44. Maybe I should have played it different. Okay. Oh yeah, he's healing next turn. Yeah, I'm just blitzing out this stuff. So probably just skip here. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, unless you tell me we could have dealt the damage. Oh! Oh, I messed it up, guys. Okay. Very, very happy. Happy Christmas, guys. Okay. Now good. Yeah. Pretty reasonable, guys. Pretty reasonable run. Okay. So, what is it about? Honestly, I somehow believe that could have been a very tilting run. How? I think the start was super garbage. Then we received this, which can bail us out. Then we proceed to take the Gremlin Horn, which can bail us out. Then we proceed to receive the meat on the bone. And I'm hyper happy. Then we have the Prayer Wheel. And I'm thinking, wow, now we can not brick from normal card rewards. That is completely amazing. And then we get to the Toynitopter. And the Toynitopter is also sustain. Okay, so far so good. And now we get the Curse Key. The Curse Key was, by the way, super bad in this run. Like, we got a lot of curses. Also from chests and such, but doesn't matter now. Bag of Marbles was vulnerable. Paper Crane is weakness, fine. Ink Bottle, okay. Ninja Scroll, interesting. Wing Boots, yeah. Wristblades, very interesting, right? Very interesting. Lantern, okay. Sling of Courage also against elite things. Korea also very interesting. Mobbing was complete garbage. Snackos. What I'm saying is, I have the feeling we would have proceeded and we would have like really been sad about the Spire not giving us anything. How so? Naja, the bottle lighting was not even that good given that. I mean, it was okay, but our deck is already partly upgraded. So I think we may like we benefit from the upgrade less than if that would come earlier. The Mobbing was like an empty relic, a complete blank. The Snakoskai was also a complete blank. The Calipers, we already had the thing, you know, the blur. So if you already have blur, Calipers become worse. Ice Cream is reasonable. And Akabeko is also kind of a blank later. I don't even know what we would have done against the Heart, honestly. I don't know. We probably would have prevailed with our potions. I don't know. It would have been really weird. Would you open less chests if you redo? No, I opened the chest and I just hope that we don't always receive the worst curse. I mean, pain in the chest is, what? If you get two pain with key, really hard to win? No, I think we would have won that. I do not see the reason why we would have not, like, I do not see the reason why this is not going to a win. Yeah, I guess Against the Time Eater, he was... We actually activated him also fairly quickly. Fairly quick. Our shifts are dealing 4 extra damage. So it's 8 damage per shift, and yeah, that we deal 100 damage is absolutely in the likelihood against Time Eater. And we even had another potion, yeah. I mean, we still had a potion. And yeah. So what is it? Yeah, I guess the only concern are the pings from the heart. That's all. And honestly, we did not receive any ninja relic. Yeah, we really managed to get through the entire Spire without seeing any... It's not true. We received 1 ninja relic, but I mean like an amplifying ninja relic. So it might have also been a very tilting run, because we probably would have just hoped to see at least one ninja relic, and we would have just not seen any, and I guess it would have been pretty annoying. So we would have needed to deal it like with linear damage. And linear damage, I mean, we have Terrorize, right? So Heart is being permanently vulnerable. So that's good. And I also think with the permanent weakness from the Paper Crane, we also don't die towards like the Heart, which deals a lot of damage to us. I don't think this is like gonna happen. But what obviously can happen is that we are dying to the pings. And I guess it depends, because keep in mind our entire deck is upgraded. Yeah, our entire deck will be upgraded. So there are some cards which are fairly powerful being upgraded. I mean, we are looking for blocking cards, right? So, like, blocking cards which actually convert into a lot of block. And yeah, I mean, it would have been demanding, yeah? I mean, without dexterity, that would have been quite demanding. The deck, as it is currently, like exactly this way, farms Spire, Shield, Spire, Spear easily, and then will probably die against the Heart. I would say 50-50 currently. But keep in mind, we had the shop with 600 gold, I think. 660 gold. And 660 gold is more. 660 gold is like 800 gold. So I'm fairly confident that Spire, Shield, Spire, Spear plus shop would have given us 80% against the Heart, probably. Yeah. But we will, yeah. So, whatever. Okay. Do you think this run would go better with Unload? I don't know. Whether my decks are bigger now? No. The first silent decks were also big. And I also think everything is within expectation. I do not see any outliers. I think the buffs gave the silent around 10% win rate. Maybe slightly more for us, but probably around 10% win rate. And I just feel it being reflected very much. Like when we first made our silent performance, we had 56%. Currently we are exactly 66. 66. And yeah, and that's probably within reasonable means. I would have not expected too much different, honestly. So, no surprises to be seen. No surprises to be seen. Quite surprised by Finisher. Well, I mean, turns out Finisher in a super mega shift deck is a good card. So... So yeah. No, all in all, pretty what I expect. guys, thanks very much for watching, and yeah, see you later probably.
I'll save conclude for the summons then, I guess.